Midori sat on the old wooden porch, her hands trembling and her eyes swollen from crying. Her father had shouted at her again that morning, over something small, like a cracked bowl, but the words he used cut deeper than any blade. "You're useless, just like your mother." That word, useless, had echoed in her chest all day. She hadn't spoken word to anyone since. Only the wind spoke now, brushing through the tall rice fields behind the house like whispers from the mountains. Midori was just 16, but her heart felt heavy like she had lived 100 winters. She didn't remember her mother, just the sound of silence at dinner and the weight of unspoken things. That night, she wandered down the dirt path toward the riverbank where the village elder, Oji-san, often sat beneath the sakura tree. He was there, as always, watching the moon rise. He didn't ask why she had come. He only said, "There is a storm in your eyes, child. Tell me what feeds it." She broke. Tears spilled as she told him everything. Her father's anger, her own fury, the things she wished she could say but didn't dare. Oji-san listened without a word, then finally said, "Let me tell you a story, one that an old monk once told me when I was your age." Midori wiped her face and listened. "Inside me," he began, "there are two wolves. One is filled with rage, envy, pride. It lashes out, it bites, it poisons everything it touches. The other is quiet. It carries love, patience, peace. It listens, forgives, and waits. These two wolves fight every day," he said, his eyes still on the moon. "And one day I asked the monk, 'Which one wins?' The monk looked at me and said, 'The one you feed.'" Midori looked down at her fists. They were clenched. Her chest was tight. She felt both wolves growling inside her. "But how do I feed the good one when the bad one is always louder?" Oji-san smiled softly. "Start with one breath, then one kind word, then another. Even in silence, you can choose which wolf you give your energy to. The good one is patient. It will wait for you to return." Midori didn't say anything, but something in her shifted. It wasn't magic, it wasn't instant, but it was real. That night, for the first time in years, she slept without nightmares. Days passed. Her father still shouted, the rice still grew. The world didn't change, but Midori did. She began to speak gently to the neighbor's dog instead of snapping at it. She left a small flower by her mother's forgotten altar. And once, when her father slammed a door and cursed, she just looked up at the sky and took one long, steady breath. The wolves still fought inside her, but now she knew which one she wanted to win. Sometimes, the fiercest battles happen in silence, and peace begins not by silencing the storm, but by feeding the calm. If this story touched your heart, there are more waiting for you. Stories that teach, heal, and remind us of who we really are. Subscribe to the channel and join us in learning one story at a time.